Hello everybody, Mr. Akins here and welcome to What's on the Comic Rack. In this video I'm going to be talking about the top 10, in my opinion, underrated John Byrne Fantastic Four covers. So why not just do a video showing my top 10 John Byrne Fantastic Four covers? Well, that's what this video started off as being. I was going to do just a top 10. And then as I was doing it, I was getting this feeling of deja vu. I started looking back at some of my old videos and I did a top 5 John Byrne Fantastic Four video. So I was like, what about showing some of these books that don't get shown? Because you're always going to see Fantastic Four number 243 or Fantastic Four number 249, but are you going to see some of the ones I'm talking about or the ones that I'm going to show? And that's what this video is, the underappreciated John Byrne Fantastic Four covers. Now, John Byrne's run on the Fantastic Four is my absolute favorite. In fact, it's my favorite run ever. Am I saying it's the greatest run ever? No. But in my opinion, it is my favorite. It's what I look forward to as a kid all the time, going to either the mailbox or the spinner rack, hoping to see that next John Byrne Fantastic Four comic. During his run, he did like 61 covers, and these I'm about to show are going to be what I feel are his underappreciated or underrated covers. And of course, we're going to show all these covers Jambo style. Fantastic Four number 257 with this great Galactus Death cover. Now this is one of those great half covers that might be a John Byrne trope. He did it for Fantastic Four number 277 and a variation of it for Superman number 20. Love the image of Galactus on one side, Death on the other, and the floating heads of each member of the FF are top notch. Love this hairstyle for Sue on this one. Even the corner box with the torch up here, that's even excellent. This is one of those covers that I actually own more than one of. Fantastic Four number 263. Now this is a great Thing splash cover. Is it the greatest Thing cover? No. My favorite Thing cover is actually Thing number 1 by John Byrne, and my favorite Fantastic Four cover with the Thing on it is actually Fantastic Four number 91. But I think John Byrne really does a great job of conveying the sense of desperation Ben has as he's tearing through all this rubble to find Johnny. I think this is a great way to also entice the customer to buy the book, to find out what happened to the Human Torch. Did Ben save him? I absolutely love how John Byrne draws the Thing. And if you want to know how Byrne draws the Thing, he provided a tutorial in Thing number 5 from 1983. Fantastic Four number 236. Now this is John Byrne's attempt at a George Perez multi-character group shot, and I think he does a wonderful job at it. This cover is jam-packed with all number of Marvel characters celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Fantastic Four. We even have the co-creator of the Fantastic Four, Stan Lee, right over there on the cover himself. But there is one person that's missing. And that missing person would have gone right here in this spot right here. And that missing person is actually Jack Kirby. As it turned out, John Byrne turned in a cover with Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Here's the image I found that may or may not be said cover. According to legend, Marvel Editor-in-Chief Jim Shooter had John Byrne redo the cover with Jack Kirby removed. At the time, fans believed the removal was a way for Jim Shooter to get back at Jack Kirby due to the legal battles with Marvel at the time. However, according to Ronan Rowe's book about Jack Kirby entitled Tales to Astonish, Jack Kirby, or his legal representation at the time, requests that the image be removed. Kirby had issues with Marvel using his name and likeness to promote any of their projects, even celebrating characters he helped co-create. Fantastic Four number 246, Too Many Dooms. Now I'm going with 246 because I feel like it's underappreciated. It's a Doom cover. Most people like, or they always show, Fantastic Four number 247. Now that is a great Doom cover, but I love this Doom cover as well. So in the comments, let me know which one of these covers do you think is the best, 246 or 247. I love how this cover gives you an idea of what's going to happen in the story. The characters are separated, each one fighting Doom, and I love this iconic John Byrne rendition of this floating head of Doom right there in the middle. Also get to see this great representation of Byrne tech right here. Byrne has his own artistic way to represent science fiction technology. You got Kirby tech, you got Perez tech, and you got Byrne tech. Again, this is a great representation of John Byrne tech right there. Fantastic Four number 276. In my opinion, John Byrne really knows how to do a black and white cover. And this Fantastic Four 276 is a great example. This cover is a masterclass of how shadowing can create an effect of light emanating from a central point here. It's almost like a flash bulb is going off. The shadowing, even the shadowing inside the corner box there, sets this cover apart from other covers to me. I feel this is a very underrated or underappreciated Fantastic Four cover that doesn't get the same love that, say, Alpha Flight number 3 does, or even the Spectacular Spider-Man number 101. Two other great black and white covers by John Byrne. Fantastic Four number 240. Another, I feel, underrated or underappreciated Fantastic Four cover by John Byrne. I love the Inhuman architecture in their city. This issue is where the home of the Inhumans is actually moved from the Himalayas to the blue area of the moon, and when it settles on the blue area of the moon, it actually lands on the very spot where the Phoenix committed suicide in order to save the universe from her power in X-Men number 137. Fantastic Four number 232. Now, coming off his legendary run on the X-Men, John Byrne was given both the writing and art duties on the Fantastic Four. And like I said before, John Byrne did 61 consecutive covers during his epic run on the Fantastic Four. Issue number 232 from 1981 was his first. I think this is an epic cover to start an absolutely epic run on the Fantastic Four. I feel a lot of John Byrne early run covers are underappreciated or underrated. Fantastic Four number 238. Of course, I had to put this underrated John Byrne Fantastic Four cover on this list because I use this for shirts I give out as AOKs. Instead of Honest Doctor Doom is not in this Marvel comic, I put the phrase, "Did someone say John Byrne?" Now, I'm going to do a video where I talk about that phrase, exactly where I got it from, and there is a story behind my so-and-so catchphrase that people see in comments, in the chat, and a bunch of other places. In addition, Doctor Doom not appearing in a comic book has actually been a running gag in Marvel Comics since the 1960s. Strange Tales number 122 is a early, or if not the earliest example I could find about this running gag. Now, Doctor Doom might not be in this comic book, but John Byrne is definitely on the cover right there. Fantastic Four number 282. Now, this is a super cool infinity cover where the image is constantly reduced to a vanishing point there in the center of the cover. Humantorch, She-Hulk, Mr. Fantastic, I feel all those characters' renditions are absolutely on point. The only character not on point is the Invisible Woman, I feel, on this cover. My personal opinion, but I hated this hairstyle for Susan Richards. It's just awful. Now, this cover, since it's number 282, is late in John Byrne's run on the title. And like I said, he was done by issue number 293. But I think he was done way before this with the quality of the covers, especially later on in this run. But this was an exception toward the end, and I think a definite underrated cover by him. Fantastic Four number 270. Now, there's a lot to love about this covers. The inks are rich and dark, which gives the artwork the contrast that I like. I love the cosmic fire in the background. The rendition of the characters are absolutely on point. I love the cover any cover where the trade dress is being interacted with. The corner box, absolutely perfect. The only thing I think diminishes the quality of this cover is the pink coloring. I think pink may have been used to give it some type of cosmic vibe. In the comments below, if not pink, then what color could they have used to create the effect they were going for? But even with the pink, I think this is a definite underrated cover. And there you have it, my top 10 underrated John Byrne Fantastic Four covers. Like I said, I did a video in the past where I did my top 5 John Byrne Fantastic Four covers. And just like any top 10, top 5, if I did that again right now, some of those may change except for that number 1. So if you want to see what I thought the top 5 were at that time, I think that was about 2 years ago, check out that video right over here or one of these other videos. And until then, we'll see you around the comic rack.